It's me, the delegate from Fairfax, Delegate Simon.
Mr. Speaker, I rise for a point of personal privilege.
The delegate has the floor.
Mr. Speaker, members of the House, let me begin by saying something here. The death of Stephanie Mentor was a tragedy, a terrible tragedy. And I think what makes it even more tragic is that it was the result of systemic failures. But let's be clear, Mr. Speaker. Let's be clear about whose failures those were. This was an epic failure on the part of ICE. All right? Mr. Speaker, we had some conversation today in the Public Safety Committee, and I think that there is a little bit of a misunderstanding, perhaps, by my friends on the other side of the aisle about how ICE detainers work and how things happen. But the individual who's responsible for this crime was in Fairfax County's custody overnight at least 8 times. This is the 9th time this individual has been in Fairfax County's custody since 2018. Only once did ICE send a detainer for this person's arrest, and the person was, ICE went ahead and took them into custody in 2018. Now remember who was president in 2018, right? This was Donald Trump's ICE, took them into custody. For whatever reason, there was an order of removal that was issued, but this individual was never removed. ICE and the Department of Homeland Security didn't follow up on that. And as a result, this person returned to Fairfax County Jail another 7 times, right? And we heard the litany of times and the charges. And let me tell you something, Mr. Speaker. ICE knew about it every single time. Every single time they were booked, they were fingerprinted, their information on what crime they committed, what they'd done, where they were, was entered into the NICS system, the national database that alerts ICE officers when somebody that's on their list, somebody who has a removal order, is in custody. They know about it. 4 times, Mr. Speaker, in 2025. All right? So let's think about who was president in 2025. Let's think about who was governor in 2025. 4 times in 2025 alone. In March, in July, in November, and in December of 2025, this person was in custody overnight. Fairfax County was waiting for a detainer to come down. They entered the information. Virginia law enforcement officers did their job. They said, we've got this person. We know you want them. Here he is. Come get your guy. And no detainer came down, Mr. Speaker. So we've got to suggest that this is somehow a lack of cooperation, that somehow we're hiding the ball, that somehow somebody in Fairfax County doesn't want the feds to know where this person is. That couldn't be further from the truth. In Fairfax, we did what we were supposed to do. In fact, with all the publicity about this, the only thing I've heard from DHS so far is a social media post saying, don't let this guy out. I called the sheriff this morning and said, hey, all the publicity, all that we've heard about this, have you received a detainer from ICE yet? The answer is only an informal detainer, Mr. Speaker. Haven't even received a detainer yet. And Mr. Speaker, again, you know, it is a tragic thing what happened to Stephanie Mentor, and I appreciate the outrage, and I'm frustrated, and I'm angry about it, and I think it's disgusting as well. But I have to tell you, what's a little bit disgusting is the glee, I think, that some of my folks on the other side seem to take in being able to talk about this and try and put the blame on Democrats. Mr. Speaker, there's another headline this morning, which I haven't heard anybody on the other side talk about or tweet about or share on their social media. Mr. Speaker, a January 6th rioter who was pardoned by President Trump was sentenced yesterday for child sex crimes, including child molestation. And we don't hear anything about that. Mr. Speaker, this is one of 33 people. So from the party of law and order, from the party of no second chances, from the party of lock them up and throw away the key, we pardoned all of these January 6 rioters without any thought, without any consideration of whether they have a criminal record, to how dangerous they might be, the fact that they might commit crimes when they go back out in their community. And it continues to happen, and we hear nothing about it. Mr. Speaker, members of the House, I take my job as the chair of public safety very seriously. And we all want for Virginia to be the safest state and have the safest communities in the country. And I think we do a very good job of that. Mr. Speaker, we need the federal government, we need ICE to focus on what they promised us they were going to focus on. They said we're going to focus on getting rid of the worst of the worst. We're going to go after the criminals, the violent criminals. Well, here it is. We've told them 5 times, 6 times, 8 times, here's your violent criminal. Just do your basic core function of your job. Just look at those NICS alerts when they come across your desk. Go get those folks out of jail. Take them into custody. Deport them if you need to. Nobody wants to stop that. Nothing in any of the bills that you're going to see pass this legislature interfere with that process for violent criminals. Right? There are carve-outs. There's nothing that will interfere with that process. Mr. Speaker, I would hope that if anybody at DHS is listening, I'm telling you, and I know that there's been some turnover there recently. I know that there's that. But I got to tell you, if anybody there is running that show and is listening now, we've got your guy. Come get him. We're happy to turn him over. We don't want folks like that in Virginia. Let's do our jobs, Mr. Speaker. Let's keep Virginia the safest place in the Commonwealth. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.